Yeah, if you're curious, that's about how we actually all die on the planet. That we run out of oxygen.
What movie is that?
What movie?
I mean, there's got to be a disaster movie that's done that, right?
No, so you tell me.
Is
So
there-
what happens is the ocean basically dies. That's where we get our oxygen right now, from phytoplankton in the ocean. And as it heats up, the ocean gets more acidic.
Yeah.
And so like all of the coral reefs and everything are melting down now. They're like half size and they'll be gone in a couple of decades. And that reduces all this phytoplankton that makes our oxygen, and that's like half the oxygen on Earth. So there's half your oxygen, and temperature increase of 5 degrees is going to kill most of the plants on Earth, and that's the other half your oxygen. So there's really nothing to breathe. There's no way you can run. There's no way to prep yourself out of climate change by
Just
digging
like
a
living
bunker.
at high altitude or something?
Yeah,
that's
no,
sort
there's-
of like a
there's less
shallow
oxygen
breath
there.
feeling.
You can learn how to
No, that's what that.
like,
Yeah,
That's what it'll be like
that-
everywhere.
you could
Train for it.
you could learn how to breathe nitrogen, or
Healing.
yeah, carbon dioxide would be the one to breathe, I guess, if you were going to
Oh,
learn
yeah,
how to breathe
whatever.
something new.
Kills.
But
So just like start breeding with fish?
no, fish still breathe oxygen.
No, breeding.
Breeding.
Yeah,
But what's the benefit?
The fish are all- the fish are all dead.
Kills. Well,
They-
there's
they're
gonna
killed by
be
the
a
acid.
few
Breeding with trees.
really
Crazy
creepy
fish.
looking prehistoric,
Yeah,
insane
deep
fish.
sea
breed
fish,
yourself.
maybe.
Breed yourself with plants.
There are some acidic
They
waters
breathe
and
carbon
like
dioxide.
sulfuric crazy
So
waters
they're
that
gonna
still
be-
have.
So look to genetics. Give yourself a little shot that makes you like act like a tree.
Is there a superhero
And then you can
that's
feed
like
yourself
that?
with just sunlight.
Tree
You don't
man?
need food. You don't need oxygen. Maybe you'll be all right. What?
Is there a superhero that's a tree? Some kind of plant?
Swamp
That's
thing.
what I would
Swamp
think.
thing.
Swamp
yeah.
thing.
It's the closest.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
There's
realize
one thing
that's-
made out of,
I
like,
thought it was a thing
yeah,
that lived in the swamp.
It's like
and
a
that thing
guy
was
that got
part of the
shot or
vegetation
murdered in the
something.
swamp, and he fell in, and then the swamp kind of like got in the bullet
Came
hole
into
and
his
made
soul.
him a
So he'll
swamp
be alright?
dude.
So
I mean, it's gonna look like.
him and the kids he had with that lady that he
Yeah,
took.
I like that he's a plant, but he
Appropriated.
still wears the cut off shorts.
Plant
Yeah,
clothes on.
this plant joke,
He's a modest plant.
his wood,
There's
as it were.
masculine and feminine parts of plants and
That's true.
based on reality. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's all bad, and the Earth's gonna die and stuff. But hug the monster.
You should bring a map with you when you do this.
Yeah, that actually was pretty helpul. Here's
Visual
what's gonna happen
aid.
here.
Yeah.
Here's what's gonna happen
Yeah.
here.
Everybody here is gonna die.
Everyone, like, yeah, below the
Everybody
line
around here.
is gonna
Pretty
die.
much all the brown people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Oh.
when you think about it, unfortunately,
What? What are we thinking about? This is gonna be good.
no. No, I mean when you talk about like equator nations and
Yeah.
stuff like that, like,
Yeah, that's where brown people live.
right,
That's okay.
they're all gonna die.
Yes.
Well,
they're all gonna get really upset about where they live, and they're gonna try to get out.
Who'll be the
Well,
first
there-
to-
a lot of them are
first to
gonna
be
die
severely
first.
affected.
Well,
right?
a lot of them are gonna.
exactly.
Sure,
I mean, there's-
everybody's gonna die. But when you can't get enough of food and water,
Yeah.
anytime humans don't have enough resources,
Right.
like they go and they migrate to somewhere they get it. Even Mexicans, their resources just, or it used to be anyway, they couldn't have enough income, so they immigrate here to get jobs and
Yeah.
live their lives. And so, food and water are already a really big problem on equator nations. Like you can't grow things in
Yeah.
the desert, and water doesn't survive very well in the desert. Water rights are one of the big sticking points in the
Many
Israel and Gaza problem, right? Like that's half the debate right there about who's going to have what state or what land and that kind of stuff. So as those resources get more and more constrained, those people are going to get out of Dodge and they got to go somewhere, and that's civil strife.
was gonna say it's-
Moving up in latitude
it
and
just
down in
leads to
latitude as
violent
people try to get
clashes.
away.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of chaos. Even if we got our Star Trek brain on tomorrow, like this has a lot of momentum, and it's going to be a pretty chaotic life for a while. But we can solve it. It's all there. It's just a problem. It's a math problem and a cultural problem. It's not a scientific problem anymore.